Good morning, good morning. Letting the technology settle and stream and spread and arrive. You will need your mat and you will need your blanket and you will need perhaps 2 blocks if you feel stiff or tight, and you will need a strap. Our past sequence got mixed reviews. The throat is a very tricky space for us, and if we have spent much of our lives drawn forward and closing, protecting our words and protecting ourselves from what feels like attack, from what feels like if I speak up, I'll be shamed or blamed. So this is not an easy space to be in our world, and our physiology can harden around this, which makes it difficult to sit up. It's also the beginning of abstraction, of thought, of envisioning, and so the counterpoint being, let's bring it back into the very, very physical body, very physical practice, this one. And yet, the more we use our physical bodies, one of the things that it requires as we fire our muscles is oxygen. And the way in which oxygen reaches us is through the lungs, and the lungs through the heart, and the heart out through the body. And so as we deepen our ability to move, we will be moving through the arms, we'll be moving through the breath, we'll be moving through 4 minutes of different turning squats. We're using the body to flush, to move. And as we move the body, there is a greater and greater need for oxygen. There is a greater relationship between the heart and the rest of the body. And so know that we are in the land of the heart. And as we strengthen the heart, we strengthen our health. And as we strengthen our health, we open to the world with this greater capacity. It'll grow, but it's different from what we were doing last time. And perhaps for some, that will feel really great. So sitting tall, heart high, 3 times tuning in, asking for guidance, all that we require. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists, shake it out. And we'll start on our backs. So on your back, to loosen through the hips without weight bearing in the hips. We know this, we've been here. Having space on either side of you will be useful. Hands on your shins, a little wag of the tail side to side. And the right hand holding there and the left hand opening out. Flex your foot, flex point, roll your ankles, open and close your toes. Left leg long, left hand overhead. Shake out your right heel. And the shaking of your right heel will open the left side. And then you bring the left hand back to the left shin and you open the right side. And the right heel to the floor. Drop your right shoulder, shake out the left heel. And the left heel opening the right side of the pelvis, right side waist. And then right hand, right shin, your pace, your breath. Inhale, open left. And exhale, center. Inhale, open right. And exhale, center. And we just start. Flex your feet. Press into the feet as though there was a chest of drawers in front of you and you were pressing the drawer closed. Inhaling, open, and exhaling, closed. Feet are very flexed, toes are drawn back, the feet are awake. And as you flex the feet, you stabilize the knees. And as you stabilize the knees, you stabilize the hips. Go for 3. for 2. And we're going to take this shape and twist it. So right leg goes long, right hand holds your left knee, left hand overhead, and let the left knee fall across towards the right side. A twist. Come back into the center, both knees bend, and you change in one steady movement, left leg long, left hand to right knee, and drop it across to the left. And then center, and change. And exhale, knee falls right. Inhale, center, changing hands. Exhale, falling to the left. Find your breath, inhale, and out to turn. And center, and out to turn. 5. Starting to feel through the outer hip, the outer waist, across the chest. Perhaps little pops as you move up through the spine, aligning. And one more each side. So that as you come to center, take your block, put it to the right side, and drop your left knee to your right side block. And the right hand holds the left outer thigh, and sweep your left hand up and overhead, and then sweep wide to the left. Sweep wide up and overhead, and back. And as you take your hand up and overhead, roll towards your right side a little bit, onto the right shoulder, and then drop the left side a little further to the floor. So your knee is supported with the block. The right hand is holding the left thigh, and the left hand is sweeping. And then you pause with the left arm wide, and from your navel, the right hand taking the left knee to the right, and from the navel, the left hand opening wide to the left. And give your left knee a little shake with your right hand. The way you shook out your heel and you shook out your waist. And then back into the center. Feet flat, hips to the center. And put your block on the left-hand side. You can lift your hips up and over to the right. Left leg long. Right knee drops across to the block, and the right hand begins to sweep. So the right hand sweeping open, wide. As your right hand comes overhead, roll a little bit onto that left rib, left hip, and then drop the right hand, right shoulder as you go wide. Inhale as your hand comes overhead, and exhale as your hand sweeps wide to the side. And then pause your right hand wide, maybe to the floor, maybe not, and the left hand shakes the right hip loose, the right side waist loose. One more. And then back into the center. Good. Feet flat. Set your block aside. And take your right ankle across your left knee. And let that shape now move side to side. So your outer knee drops to the floor, and then the sole of your foot drops to the floor, and you move back and forth. You move back and forth. And then at center, pause and use your right hand to press your right thigh away. And soften and open the right hip as though you were opening a fist. Good, and then just changing sides. Put your right foot flat, put your left ankle over your right knee and let it move side to side. Finding as much ease in this side to side as you can, that you're warming up your low back, you're warming up your outer hips, you're rolling your weight across the muscles of the glutes, and you're feeling the outer hip. And then in the center, your left hand pressing the left thigh away, opening, as though you could take the femur bone, the thigh bone, a little bit out of the hip socket, a little bit of traction, and the low back releases on the left side, and the hip opens. we sit in this space and it gets congested and tight. So knees to the chest, let it go, shake out your feet. You're going to roll up and over, finding hands and knees. If you need to pad your knees, that's fantastic. Pop a blanket under your knees and then fold your way to child. We have a little cat action this morning, so she might come bombing over me up the screen. Child's pose, fold it back. And then from your child, rising up, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And you'll feel that we've set the stage, that we have a preparation by moving through the hips. We have made it easier to come in and out. So lifting the hips and knees down and folding to child and hands, knees. And just 3 more times, moving in and moving out, feeling from the hips into the legs, feeling from the heart into the hands. And then pausing when you're in your dog. And walk your dog and walk out through your feet, feeling the soles of your feet, feeling the length of your toes, feeling the roots of your toes, how your toes join your feet, the balls of your feet, how the arch can be lengthened. And how as you open your feet, you start to open your calves. And put your knees to the floor. And now, if you need to, it can be really helpful to put your blocks on your mat, not on the floor, but on the mat where they have some traction, a little bit as wide as they will allow. And then hands on the blocks, lift your hips, and you'll step your right foot up between your hands. And having that little extra height with the blocks can be great. If it's not enough, set it on its edge, but do not stand them up on their tail. That's not going to work. Left knee down, hands up high. And then the hands come down, finding the block, stepping back, downward facing. And then the left side steps up, and the right knee comes down, and the hands come up. And now that's all. We are going to find this steady motion, stepping the right foot up, and the hands up high, and stepping to dog. And then stepping the left foot up, and the hands up high, and returning to dog. Now the pace is yours. We'll stay here a minute. And your pace will change as your body opens. And there's no force. We're not fighting the body open. We're inviting, we're falling up, and we're falling down, and we're trusting that the continuity of the movement will do the job. Noticing where it's sticky, noticing what needs your attention. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Starting to feel the abdomen lengthen. And just steady on. We'll go 2 more times each side. Building a steadiness, a consistency, being in our bodies again and again. 1 more each side. Letting it build some heat. Once your left foot is up, your hands up high. Take your time when you get there. And hands down and step yourself up. And hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, hands up. You'll take your right hand to hold your left wrist, go straight up, go to the right. Shake out your left knee. So that little shaking, use the shaking to open the space, and then you can twist. So your weight is in your right foot, and the left heel is loose, and the left waist is loose, and you're coming up out of the waist, up out of the left shoulder, up out of the left side jaw, and then center. Left hand holds right wrist. Shift your weight to your left heel and shake out your right knee and come up and out. So we're getting up out of the legs. We're coming up out of the joints. That's been our warm-up. Because as we come into these squats, we'll drop down into the joints. So before we start, we want to give ourselves a little space. A little wag, a little shake, up, out, and over to the left. And then letting go. Shake it loose. Draw your lower right knee to your chest. Roll your right ankle, open and close your toes so you have a clean flexed foot. And then left heel into the floor. Left toes long, left hand high. And right hand high. And then as you can, you're going to just press into your right heel and bend it in. 2 and 1. And then just sweep it down. Weight into your right foot, left knee bends. And just feeling how that little action through the hip flexor gives you more stability. Flex, point, roll the ankle, the left toes open and close. So that the flex of the left foot is very clean. And as you do, the right heel goes down and the right hand goes high. And you're feeling that the strength of the legs and the clarity of the joints gives you height. 2 hands up. And then just press out into your heel. 3. Press. 2. As you push into that heel, shoulders, navel, sweep it down. And standing tall, just notice from the hips to the heels, you stand your ground. And then bend your right knee, catch the top of your foot. You're not going anywhere. You're pointing your right knee as straight toward the floor as you can. Left hand high. You're simply opening. We're not bowing, we're not folding, we're just allowing the right side quadricep, right side hip flexor, a little bit of space, a little direction, and then letting go. Left knee bends. Knees point down, using our legs, forcing ourselves to stabilize, to balance. Bring your knees towards each other. Point your left knee toward the floor, right hand high. And again, come up out of the joints. It's tempting to sink in. And letting go, standing tall. So the front body has some space. Add your strap. And your strap is wide enough that you can go all the way up and over your shoulders without involving your eyebrows or your jaw. There was a bag of them there. I just got the great nod of dismissal. Yeah. Round your back. Oh, get a little bigger. Lift your heart. Get a little bigger. Round your back. Lift your heart. 3. 2. Up and out through the shoulders. You'll keep your hands up high. You'll drop them to the right, across the center, over to the left, up, over. So you're opening through the side shoulders, down into the feet, coming up out of the spine, the chest, the throat, so that the whole body has a little more space. And reverse. Left hand, across, up, over, up, over. 3, bigger bend in the knees. 2, bigger bend in the knees. Last one. Now you'll take the strap in front of you and wrap it in one side and wrap it in the other side. So it's shoulder distance. Bend your right knee, put it over your left. So right ankle over left knee, hands out. Press your right knee down and send your tail back. Flex your right foot back, send your right knee back, bend your right knee, bend your left. Tuck your chin, look straight down, reach out so that you get longer from the navel to the heart, from the heart to the hands. Sit down, open the mid back. Hands up high and right foot down. Press your right foot down, go a little to the left. Put it all together, put it all together, put it all together. And then center, hands out in front. Left ankle over right knee. Sit your seat back, take your hands out, flex your left foot, stand in both feet, left knee down, and then look down. And as you look down, your tail goes away from your navel, and your heart goes away from your navel, and your hands go away from your heart, and you sit down more and more and more and more. And you lengthen out, everything strong and clean and clear, hands up high, left foot down. Let it go. And then just swing your heels across your body to clear it out. And we are warm, we are changed. The kriya begins in the upper body and moves down through us. And we'll have a little 5-minute shavasana, which is not the end. It's built in to allow us to rest. And then we come back in and we finish. And you'll know you're finished because we'll have done our Satnam mantra. So, step wide. Wag your tail. You're sorted, strong feet, clear body. Interlace your fingers. You're going to, like you're throwing a sack over your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And as you're ready, close your eyes and settle in. And explore that the throwing your hands over your shoulders is opening through the sides of your ribs. It's opening the mid-back. So now that you know the physicality, eyes are closed, breath is steady, for the next minute, stay right here. Let it be less athletic and more about current and flow. Three, two, one. Take your hands up high, lift your chin. 3 more sips. And tuck your chin. And gather your pelvic floor in and up like a rosebud, and gather your attention up your spine to your midbrain and stay right there. A little wriggle, call it up, loosen it, wag your tail, shake it out, lift your chin, breathing out, hands wide and down. Out through the fingers, out through the toes. Hands go wide. Okay, so we're going to have inhale, about 30 degrees up, exhale, center, and then inhale, 30 degrees down, and exhale, center. So it goes in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. We go in, feel the clarity from your hip to your heel, from your navel to your hip. Feel the strength of your base. Let your fingers come together like swords. Little sniffs. Modification as needed is to bend your elbows, but as you can, you straighten them. So bend anytime you need to, but come back in as you can. Put the work in your legs. Arms are light, right? Work is in the legs. Arms are light. Keep softening your shoulders. Keep softening your work. There's a temptation here to get really grippy in the arms, and instead use the openings of the legs that we made. Place your heart right over your navel and stand. If it gets too much, you can just keep the elbows bending. Keep the rhythm of the breathing. Now we're going to keep the movement of the arms, but we will change the breath, going in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. Again, bend your elbows as you need to. Then the lever isn't as long. And how soft can you be in your shoulders? Each time you put your hands down, can you soften, and can you really put your weight, and can you put your work into your feet? And can the strength of your legs hold and carry the movement of your arms? Soften your mind, soften your face. In, out, out. In, out. 30 seconds. In. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up high. 3 sips, go. Wriggle, call it up the spine, up to the midbrain, pause it there, move your fingers, wag your tail, loosen it, everything up, lift your chin, breathing out and wide and down, and notice. The face, the base of the skull, the back of the neck, the arms, the chest. The doneness. Shake out your feet, shake out your hands, clear your mat so that you have a steady place to stand. So just quite similar to this, we're going to be in the legs. Now start with your elbows bent, your feet are flat, you're nice and sound. We'll inhale at the center, we'll exhale turning left. Nope, we're wrong. Inhale turning left, exhale sit, inhale up, exhale center. Inhale right, exhale sit, inhale center. Axe, in, axe, in, axe, in, axe, in. Now, everybody has different hips and different knees, so it can be absolutely appropriate for my mom at age 90. It can be tiny, or you can really dip in. You may keep elbows bent, or you're working towards straightening your arms. And as you straighten your arms, what happens is as you bend, as you flush the sides of the back, the sides of the liver, you deepen, using the legs and the arms, you deepen into the inner organs. And this is when we're in the physical body, we are building determination. This is a 4-minute moment here. And we're just getting very settled into the body. And we're allowing the body to turn on, to find the endorphins, to find the reward, to find the support. The work is in the feet. The arms are soft. The face is soft. You are a spring. You're halfway there. No squat in the center. Crisp, clear breaths like little sniffs. Exhale at the center. Exhale as you bend. Inhale in between. Knees tracking straight forward out of the hips. 1 minute. Stand your ground. 15 seconds. Last one, finding the center. And hands up high, 3 sips, go. Hook your thumbs, reach tall, tuck your chin, lift your toes, call everything up. Release your thumbs, lift your chin, release your hands and feet, and bring it down. Now notice, just ride that ride. Go where you go. Using the quadriceps, our biggest muscles by volume, our largest use of oxygen. And when we drive them that consistently, we start to really drive the breath, because the breath will always balance the oxygen. So hands out wide, big reverse circle, sweep it up, a little back bend, soften your knees, forward circles, fold down, and hands finish overhead. You inhale up and back and open and roll your way down. So you are a being, you're a form, but you are a form in the center of a field. And right now your hands are clearing that electromagnetic field, sweeping into it, becoming activated, right? And that field comes from the heart. And the heart-centered life is one that radiates out in all directions. So smooth out your body, your spine, your shoulders, your hips, and then smooth out into the field. 1 more minute. So we woke the heart, and its field grows stronger, and now we sweep that strength and clear it and give it direction all the way around us. 30 seconds. Clarifying that which is complete, that which moves down, that which is leaving. And rising up, that which is arriving, that which is feeding, that which is coming in and through. One more time, all the way up, all the way down, clarifying in and out, apana and prana. One more, rise up. And then pause when your hands are high. And 3 simple breaths. That you are more and more of the field. And the hand goes wide. And just feel the space around you. It is emanating from your heart. So we'll build a cross-legged seat. And we have done this sequence in the past. And because I remember this part most clearly. So as you sit on a bolster, sit on a block, sit on a chair, however you need to, so that your spine is so steady and so tall. And it's a relief to sit down, that there's a gladness to sit down, our good squatting legs and our good strong arms. So it's a breath pattern of 7 exhalations and 1 inhale, which is tricky because the inhale is going to turn into a sound. So the arms go out wide, and it's a little pulse down every time. 7, and in. Now make your left end into a circle when you go up, and you go pop. Yeah. Pop. Really strong in the breath. Now we're going to change that back to a clap and make it a ha. 5, 6, 7, ha. Ha. If overhead is too much, would you clap at the heart? Ha. 30 seconds. Ha. Ha. The exhale is firming the navel toward the spine from there, rising up. Ha. Ha. 3 more. Ha. 2 more. Ha. Last one. And down and sit and pause. Notice palms are open. Feel the pulse. And from that pulse, a quality of light and expansion. That this is the tool of our body, the technia, the machinery. And as we move our body in these particular ways, then the body responds, showing us more. So from this upward, outward expansion, we want to bring some of that back, or we'll be depleted if we just keep pouring it out. And to do that, sit on your seat, and you can absolutely keep whatever you're sitting on. Bend your knees, plant your heels, hands up high, knees are bent, feet are strong, you're plugged into the sticky mat. And on your exhale, you just bring your navel forward, and on your inhale, you bring it up. And it's a slow, steady motion. Inhaling right down to the navel and exhaling navel to spine, that you are internalizing the power and the intelligence and the guidance of that field is gathering into your body. A minute and a half more right here. If hands overhead is too much, hands to shoulders. If hands to shoulders is too much, hands to knees. Support yourself as you need to, but really focus on the navel. We're steadying ourselves. We're repairing all the ways we doubt or judge, the missteps we think we've taken. Steady yourself right here. You are unshakable. Thumbs point back, pinkies lightly rotate in, open the collarbones, navel the spine, 30 seconds. With deliberation, with great ability. The navel is the home of your understanding, of your experience, of your self-esteem. I am dignifying myself with this gesture. It has reverence. Slow it down, 3. Heart up, and 2. Navel to spine, up out of the joint spaces. And the last time. Upright, hands down, let them rest beside you, and notice the navel. Now we have a radiance of the heart, but we have a radiance of the navel, and it's like the heart focuses out and the navel focuses in, and you are these forces of light. Whatever you're sitting on, plant your feet, lift your hips. There's nothing beneath you. Legs out long. If it's a blanket, lay it over the low belly and turn your palms open and be totally effortless. After all the effort, can you be effortless equally quickly, with equal ability, with equal conviction? Let the breath be big and loose. We have 5 minutes right here, and then we'll finish out back in the body. Let the first few breaths be big and loose and free, whatever they need to do. Let the inhale explore. Let it elevate, let it stretch. And then on the exhale, let it drop. Let it settle. Let it complete. Shake out hips and feet and fingers as needed. Turn the head, settle into the backs of the heels, the backs of the hands, the back of the head. Beginning to deepen your breathing. Feel your lungs fill, to feel your ribs spread, to feel the body shift again. Wag your tail, shake your feet. Hands overhead, interlace your fingers, stretch it out. Learning to be still for some of us is harder than the actions. And for some of us, the actions are harder than the stillness. And each day can be different. So we do both so that we are everything and nothing. Hands down. Set your block blanket aside if you put it over your belly. Walk your knees in the way we began. The right leg out, 60 degrees, right hand wide and then back. And the left hand out to 60 degrees and then back. So you're opening wide to the side like a wing, or both legs together, arms wide, and roll the tail off the floor. So inhale, open, exhaling in, inhaling, open, and exhaling in, opening and closing. The base of your big toes stay together. Your knees widen as they come towards your chest. The low back may roll off the floor as your knees come in. And you're welcome to work right there, or as your knees come in, lift your head, shoulders, and draw your knees in without using your hands. Hands reach toward heels just for 30 seconds, bringing that action of the navel to the spine, rolling the low back off the floor. 5 and 4, 3, 2. Excellent. And 1, put your feet flat, put your hands wide. Let your heels be wider than your hips, your knees fall in, and there's a little bit of movement side to side in the knees and the hips. Feel the belly. How we can direct our action, and the action directs our circulation, and our circulation begins to direct our energy. And you can feel the sensation at the navel. Hands to your shins, you'll roll forward and back 10 times. Rolling forward and rolling back on the spine. So you're distributing from the navel back up through the back of the spine, through the back of the heart, right towards the back of the head. And if rolling isn't possible, you just sit up tall and round your back and lift your heart, moving as you can, as if you were on the floor. Just for 4 and 3 and 2. As you plant your feet, roll onto your feet, stand up tall, hands out, sit your seat back. That's 1. So you may use your hands as a counterbalance. As you stand up, try to hug your heels towards one another. And as you do, feel the navel draw back, the dantian, that space 2 fingers below and behind the navel. And you may work there or keep your hands out in front, counterbalance even as you stand, drawing the shoulders back, drawing the navel back. There's a firming of the back body meeting the front body. You're hugging your heels, the left body meeting the right body. You're putting it all back together. And we just go 6. That steadiness, that quick access to forgiveness and to reset and to right now. Hug your heels, navel to spine. Let your legs do the work. Let your arms be loose. 2. Good. 1, so that when you stand tall, turn your palms forward. Notice front, back, top, bottom, in, out, field form. For me, that is a large ball of energy right at the solar plexus between the heart and the navel. I have made a certainty, an engine, a star, a light. Shake out the hands and the feet. You may choose. So I will go into a Sat mantra so that we use sound, adding one more layer of frequency, one more layer of ability that our body has to hold or sit in your meditation. And as you sit in your meditation, your spine up tall, on your inhalation, I want you to feel that low belly expanding, a ball of light. And as you exhale, that low belly gathers into a tighter, brighter ball of light. It's called Nishta Dharana. That on the inhale, there is a sensation of expansion. And on the exhale, there is a gathering and a fortification. You can feel it such accessibility right now to that mantra, to that pulse of light. Or the Sat Kriya here, we would put the palms together, interlace your fingers, first fingers point up, left thumb over right for women, right over left for men. It's a polarity relating to the heart and to the mind. And your hands go up high. So you've built this shape, you're even front to back, you're seated steady. On the inhale, you're going from your navel up to the midbrain, and then exhaling out through the front. So it's Sat. You're inhaling a sound, Sat, and you're exhaling Nam. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, like a bell. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Feel the current up the body, out the mind. Nam, Sat, 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 Nam. 30 seconds. Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Two more. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Inhale up to the fingertips. Tuck your chin, reach and pause. Gather the pelvic floor. Gather your attention in and up. Stabilize. Lift your chin, soften your elbows, let it down. Eyes closed, hands to thighs, palms open. Just notice. I am a being of light. I am created in light. I am guided in light. I am supported in light. I am a being of light. You'll open wide and inhale. And palms together, bring it down the middle, right to the heart. And let go one more time. Open wide. The periphery, palms together, thumbs to the forehead center. Form. Long sat, short nam. I am this. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. And Namaste, I see you. You know how I put cards out in front when we're doing things? Today we have that liberation is to be for the world who you are in your soul. This is no easy task, but it's our task to liberate ourselves, to be for the world who we are in our soul, right? It takes strength, it takes fortification, it takes determination, it takes direction, it takes rest, and it takes return. All of these things are in this sequence, a big, juicy sequence for true health. Health meaning I am established in myself. So come to it as you can. I will keep changing the warm-up so that if any point you want, I am absolutely loving this summer, just 30 minutes of asana each day. And so replay the first 30 minutes, first 20, 30 minutes, and that will really get you just all the walking, all the biking, all the travel that we are up to. Keep playing the first 30 minutes, and I will keep changing up the asana. Each week we'll have a different warm-up. I know I'm not there on Saturday mornings, but we can use this preparation time to be in the same state of energy. Coming October 3rd through December 24th, I feel a need to advance the practice, both my own, to advance my teaching, and to advance what I offer to you. And we spent last year doing this full exploration of moving through the chakras. It is very important to me to feel that we have a steady foundation. As you begin to move the energy of your body, it's important that you feel safe, that at any point you know how to modify to protect your body, and that you are moving energy in ways that you are in command of, that you don't feel that they turn your life inside out, upside down. I can't sleep, I can't function. Kundalini is a strong force. And yet it's also something that we can do with this dailiness, with this diligence that gives us a great fortification and foundation. And so that's what we built all last year and halfway into this year. There might be a sense that you feel ready and that you feel that none of this is upsetting you, or that it upsets you in ways that you're ready for. You're like, yeah, provoke me. Here we go. I know that after the period of time, I know that after being with it, it will shift out what needs to change and I will be evolved. And if that's the case, then October 3rd through the 24th of December, I will offer more advanced practices just for a week at a time. I'll offer the recording. I'll put it up on Sunday and you can use it Monday through Saturday. And then join this. This practice will go on. Our 40 days will be here. If this is working for you, nothing needs to change. This will continue. This is important. This is our continuity. And yet, forgive me, Suki, yeah, I know. And yet, there's this possibility, there's this spark. And this spark is called ascent. The reading I've been doing, both fiction and nonfiction, they just keep colliding. The things I've been seeing online are disheartening. The news is nearly overwhelming. And I enter a place of hopelessness. What is there? What do I do? And if I bring that to my practice and I bring that to my meditation and I bring that to my heart, the answer is so clear. I elevate my frequency because that frequency is part of the collective. And then when I elevate me, I bank that. And that's available in some small or large way to everything else. To all the trees that are being lost, all the species that are being lost. I am elevating myself. I am offering this frequency so that what returns in its place carries that elevation with it. I am a part of something so much larger that will never die, that will never be lost, that cannot be annihilated or extinguished. And my job is to lean into that and to elevate all that I am, because I will not be forgotten and neither will you. We leave an energetic imprint. And it is used by every other form of life. I have no doubt of this. Not anymore. And so I want to ascend. I just keep seeing stairs. So we'll have 10 different sequences of 1 week apiece. And they are going to be the 11 minutes and the 17 minutes and the 31 minutes. And they are going to be the ones that are very still or very small. They are going to be the ones that use simple mantra. And sometimes those are the ones that when you're a beginner, you just can't quite get to it. It doesn't make sense. It's not really as full into the body as you might be familiar. And so this is here. You can join anytime, you can leave anytime. But this is a time to develop, to elevate, and to ascend. That's my role, is to offer that out, to hold that space, and to lead that charge. That's all I know. And I can't imagine what we will come to when we get to December 24th. So the details will start to show up. You can think about it. There's no rush. It won't start till October 3rd. Information will go out in the newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter, I'd suggest signing up so you know what's happening. In terms of this new sequence, the calendar that you can print out and keep track will go up today. The extra information about the sequence will go up today. And there's a playlist that goes with it. If you like, you can use that. We needed a silent one just to feel it out from its heart with no distraction. But I will put these up. They'll be up on the website, and links to all the parts and pieces will go into the newsletter on Thursday. And so we begin. It's a big, juicy, revelatory, fortifying, provoking access to the body, to the heart. You are all of it. You are all of it. And just think about the fall and listen. Do you feel called to that? It's a big deal. The proceeds will go to Farmers' Footprint, to educating farmers about the necessity to stop using glyphosate in every aspect of our agriculture. We need to stop putting glyphosate into our soils. It's a water-based toxin. It goes into the water cycle. It is raining down on us. Organic or inorganic, we all need rain. And there are better ways and other ways that we can be farming. And every day you eat. Every day you rely on someone else's choices. So let's inform their choices to sustain all of us, including the microbes in the soil, including the intelligence and the history and the legacy in that soil that sustains all of us. As we ascend, as we change our frequency, our proceeds go to inform farmers and to support their educational and their family and their financial needs, so that we don't continue to create a toxic environment in ourselves or outside in our fields or in our food. It all fits together. It is no small task. It is not for everyone. But I'm here if you want to join. I'll see you so soon. If you got questions, burning questions, hop on in. Again, more information will keep showing up, but it was important for me to tell you about it today. Have a wonderful, wonderful summer, winter, wherever you are, whenever you replay this, travel space, travel time. And I will see you this Tuesday at noon, this Thursday at noon. We will be live. I will see you.